Good morning, friends. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks to Architecture for Masses Seminar Team Organization, who have given me opportunity to make a presentation in this seminar. The topic of my presentation is the role of MGNREGA in addressing rural distress during COVID-19, perspective of block development officers. The premise of this study, I will just explain over here. However, I will not take much time because this is the only 10-minute presentation. So you all know that the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Guarantee Scheme was launched in year 2006. And the basic, the objective of this program was to eliminate the poverty by providing 100 days of guaranteed wage employment to any household who is willing to do the unskilled work and in their village or nearby their villages, and the minimum wage will be decided by the state, the state government. The importance of MGNREGA program, we all can see that this year, the annual report of MORD presents that 1920, that 4.51 crore households, if we convert this in a percentage, it comes to 177.47 crore percentage employment has been generated. So this figure itself speaks about the volume of the importance of the MGNREGA scheme in our country. So 4.51 crore people have got the household members have got the job under MGNREGA. There are many positive studies and there are many negative studies. The negative studies mean about the impact of MGNREGA on socio-economic conditions of people. And you can all see here this Manoj Panda 2018, Kera Nayak, Pankaj, and Tanka 2010 people, Opal V, Kera R 2011. There are many studies who have quoted and found that the impact of MGNREGA on the lives of the rural people have been immense, and their socio-economic condition has been changed drastically. Similarly, we can also not rule out that there are many studies which have found the opposite of the the earlier the studies which have been conducted already. These studies have been highlighting that the MGNREGA could not achieve what it was supposed to achieve. So like John Drizze and Khera and Kundu and Varghese, there are studies who have criticized, or you can say they have presented their critical views on the importance of MGNREGA and its overall achievement. So there was, the MGNREGA, no doubt, has been very successful and has made such large impact on the society. But there have been a lot of, issues with MGNREGA, and because of that, it has been criticized for its implementation or the coverage issues or beneficiary issues, and its overall achievement, whether it has achieved or not achieved. So how many years it should continue, how many should not continue. So there are many, the issues around MGNREGA in the last, at least 5 years. In the last 5 to 6 years, there was a lot of a debate on the continuation of MGNREGA and the impact of MGNREGA. So it was in a debate that whether MGNREGA should continue or not continue, whether it is really helpful to eliminate the poverty in India or not. Yes, of course, we know that the poverty in India in the last, has been half of the the poverty rate in India. It has come to around 26 or 27%. So no doubt there so many programs have been contributed in that, and because of that the poverty rate in India has gone down. In similar lines of on criticism of MGNREGA, the Amita Shah has also done a study, and ultimately she has found that the MGNREGA has an impact on improving the rural household status, but program is also beset with many challenges which needs to be addressed for its greater impact and continuation in future. So she also started her work with the question that whether it should continue as an employment program or not, what it has gone good with MGNREGA, what has not gone good with MGNREGA. So these were the some objective of Amita Shah, the study, and that but it was concluded that yes, MGNREGA has done a lot of impact, but it needs a lot of the changes to be done for the future, better implementation. But the last 1 year we have been experiencing the pandemic situation because of COVID-19, and across the world, this situation is there. So huge return migrants and employment situation as arises in India. But to mitigate the present distress in rural area, the suitability of MGNREGA is being looked at as a major source of providing meaningful job by policymakers, researchers, academicians, and civil society organizations. And so there are very prominent studies has also been done in this year. So everybody has pointed out that the MGNREGA is a major source of providing job opportunity in the last 1 year. So everybody is looking forward towards MGNREGA, how it can help. Therefore, it becomes important to reassess the need of MGNREGA in broader context of livelihoods and its significance in addressing the rural distress, especially during emergency situations like COVID-19. So with this backdrop, the objective of the study is to reassess the need of MGNREGA in broader context of livelihood and its significance in addressing rural distress, especially during any emergency situation like COVID-19. So this methodology, under the methodology, you can see here that the block development officers, as the title itself reflect on it, the respondent of this present studies are the block development officers. We have taken their views on MGNREGA, the role in the last 1 year and how it has, responded. So why videos? So we know that the block development officer, sorry, so block development officer are such a crucial post. If you see the entire administrative setup, that they are the only officer who have the who act as a vital link for the program which flows from district to village level, and they have the opportunity to interact with the heads of Gram Panchayat and people of villages on regular basis. Since block development officers are accountable at block level to implement all schemes and programs of state as well as the central government in the villages, so they are the better having the understanding on need and demands of rural people, and they also have the better understanding the importance of any such scheme, than anybody else. Therefore, the present study has decided to understand the perspectives of block development officer on significance and needs of MGNREGA in rural areas. So we have prepared a interview schedule which was sent through email to 40 participants, but out of 40, 31 has fully successfully participated in the study. So both open-ended and closed-ended questions were added in the interview schedule. The participants represent 16 states of a country. So they were from Rajasthan, Andaman, Nicobar Island, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, West Bengal, Jammu and Kashmir, Sikkim, Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Punjab, Nagaland, Uttarakhand. So you can see almost, the entire country, a kind of, we have, cover as far as the participants are concerned. Areas which were explored in our interview schedule are in the study. So basically we have, it is a very small study. So first we have played the background information, then we have asked 11 questions. So these 11 questions were like related to demand of MGNREGA work during COVID-19, additional burden on MGNREGA expenditure, types of works provided to people under MGNREGA, category of people who sought first-time work, how MGNREGA could have done more help to return migrants, MGNREGA, whether MGNREGA has been observed as a major source of survival for many people in rural areas. If yes, so why the block development officer thinks so? So opinion on continuation of MGNREGA, and what changes will you? Then there was the last question on what changes the block development officers will like to incorporate in MGNREGA to make it more effective if they have been given an opportunity to do so. So if you look at the background, background information of the respondent, it is clearly visible from this table that majority of the respondent were the aged 36 and above. Most majority of them are also the male, but of course the female, the respondents were also there in the study. Majority of respondents were the Hindu, but 35.5% of the participant, I mean the 11 participants were from the religion like Muslim, Christian, and Sikh religion. Education of the respondents, so 58.1% the participants were postgraduate and remaining the undergraduate, and more than 50% of the participants were having more than 5 to 15 years experience, just having less than or equal to 4 year experience. And as I earlier slide, I have explained that the respondent belongs to north, south, and east. So majority of them are from the north, then followed by south and the east region. So this is the overall background of the respondent. So the first question was asked that whether there was a high demand of MGNREGA work during COVID-19. So out of 31, 28 participants said that yes, there was a huge demand of MGNREGA works in their blocks during COVID-19. And there were 3 blocks like Pampaguda block in Kerala, Changtenonga block in the Mokchung district of Nagaland, and Chikodi block in Belgavi district of Karnataka, where they said that there was no huge demand of MGNREGA as well, because the return migrant was not very high in those areas. Then second question was asked whether there was an additional burden on MGNREGA expenditure. So those who have responded, so the graph shows that there were 17.9%, the respondent were as such who says because of the high demand, more the expenditure, the additional burden on the MGNREGA expenditure was more than 50%. 10.7% says it was additional burden of 41 to 50%. I mean, the expenditure on MGNREGA has gone to 41 to 50%. Then 21.4% said the expenditure has gone more than 31 to 41%. So this graph itself shows that how much the MGNREGA has come forward and has helped millions of the returned migrants during the COVID-19. So this expenditure itself is an indicator that how MGNREGA has been very crucial during the unprecedented situation of Corona. Then what the types of work given under MGNREGA during Corona pandemic? We have also asked that what type of work was given to the worker, I mean the people who have come to ask the MGNREGA work, and whether any new work was also introduced. So most of the block development officers says that because of the COVID-19, most of them have focused on individual works, so that their individual assets, their individual benefit can be improved. So in that category, it's like the work like land leveling, land development, different types of cattle sheds, farm ponds, farm burned, individual farming works, kitchen garden, water recharge pit, houses under PMG, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, rain pits. So most of them have focused on the individual works during the COVID-19 when they have asked when they have asked the work. Second preferred work was community assets, such as road constructions, community pond, community sanitary complex, drainage works, plantation, renovation of ponds, etc. And few of videos have responded that some new work was also introduced, such as construction of chowpals in village, public health engineering works, and railway works were some of the areas they have also introduced work related to this. And fourth question was that the category of people who sought first time work in MGNREGA. So there is most of the videos responded that the huge, the new range of, new set of people have sought the work, such as student preparing for competitive exams, unemployed youths, high educated youths, elderly male and female, lactating mothers, employees of private organizations, carpenter, but driver, bakers, electricians. These are the skilled, the workers, petty shopkeepers, welder, painter, small and marginal farmers, etc. So these are the categories which generally never sought the work under MGNREGA, but because of this COVID-19, this was the only source of the getting job under for them under MGNREGA. So all skilled or unskilled, irrespective of the category of people, have come and joined work under MGNREGA. So, but of course, the share of migrant laborers seeking work under MGNREGA was highest. It was also observed by the videos that participation of men, especially young cohort in MGNREGA, which generally is lower than women. However, because of the corona, the men's participation in MGNREGA has also gone up. Then fifth question was how MGNREGA could have done more help to return migrants. So what they have responded, what was their perspective on this question, that like beneficiary oriented work or individual livelihood should have been promoted, should have been given, construction of temporary shelters for migrants, linking of local level small scale industry with MGNREGA, labor intensive works, mapping of skills at village level, and then accordingly livelihood options to the needy people, enhancement of MGNREGA's budget, enhancement of employment days from 100 to 200 days, and seasonal works, etc., would have been focused in MGNREGA to extend its help to rural people. So these are the highly preferred, the help as cited by the videos, that the MGNREGA could have done more help to the return migrants by these ideas. The sixth question was whether MGNREGA has played as a major source of survival to the most rural people during COVID-19. So 30 out of 31 videos, almost all responded yes, the MGNREGA has played a very significant role during COVID-19, and it has been seen as a major source of survival during COVID-19 for millions of the people. So why? So next question was why they think so that MGNREGA is a major source of getting jobs or source of survival. So why they think like that? They said that during COVID-19, when all other sectors were shut down, only MGNREGA emerged as a great relief of sign for millions of returned migrants, poor laborers, farmers, youth, and other people of rural areas. Some of videos have pointed that MGNREGA has shown as a unique example to the entire world that how a government scheme can help people during a pandemic situation like COVID-19. MGNREGA has not only helped the families to earn income during this pandemic period, but it also has a larger impact, such as educational status of children, and to come as a help to the oldest people, treatment seeking behavior, etc. Then this. Then the seventh question was asked whether what is their opinion on whether the MGNREGA should continue or not. So all 31 videos responded, that there is MGNREGA should be continued. I mean, there is no second thought on this. So why it should be continued and how many more years? That was the next question which was asked to all the participants. So what their response was, only source of livelihood for rural people, especially for landless and laborers, to earn wage in their own localities. So that was their response, that why it should continue. MGNREGA has been successful in minimizing migration from rural to urban areas. MGNREGA's activities helps in creating community assets in rural areas. MGNREGA has helped women to get their empowerment by getting jobs and having control over the resources. And MGNREGA has also strengthened to meet, has all these components or strength to meet the sustainable development goals at the local levels. So that are some of the very important reasons why it should continue in the future. How many years it should continue? So their responses were like, it should continue till India becomes a developed country, until every rural household becomes self-reliant, till the people from below poverty line are not given an alternative source of livelihood. And this scheme is a lifeline for poor families of rural areas. And some of them replied that it should go for another 5 years, 10 years, or 30 years, or even some of them said that it can be continued for always. So in nutshell, it can be here say that the irrespective, invariably all the videos felt the need of continuation of this MGNREGA scheme in the rural areas. And then last question was also asked to all the videos that if any opportunity is given to them to make some changes in MGNREGA to make it more effective. So what will be those changes according to them, and what changes they will like to do in MGNREGA? So the four basic changes which was the preferred by the block development officers if they have been given an opportunity to do so. So the first four basic changes are: number one, the number of guaranteed employment days must be increased. That's what they feel. There is high demand by people to revise the wage according to wages available at local level. So they also want to revise the wages according to the wages at the local level. Instead of household, employment days should be based on person basis, and there is also high level of distress among poor farmers. Hence, MGNREGA may be linked with agriculture sector, which is the need of the hour. So they said that it's a very high and right time that the MGNREGA must be have a full convergence with the agriculture sector, and it should be linked with the agriculture sector so that all the landless or the near to landless farmers must get all the benefits of the MGNREGA, and they can come out of the the acute poverty. In addition to that, they have also pointed out that what they will do changes, like new category of work should be added, separate budget for sanitization and hygiene purposes should be there, planning should be area specific, and some of them even say that for better monitoring of MGNREGA and it's implemented, there is a requirement of a separate ministry on MGNREGA. Material fund should be improved, and exclusion list should also be prepared for people who are not eligible for work. Category D work, which is for rural infrastructure, should also be extended to school building. Online mechanism for monitoring MGNREGA sector should be very user friendly. MGNREGA should focus more on permanent structures. Regular training for video, i.e. GR, social audit officer is needed. People working in MGNREGA should have the online attendance, and small scale registries should be set up at the local level. So these are the important changes which the BDOs would like to see in the MGNREGA as far as its better implementation and effective impact is concerned. So what I can conclude based on this, that it is clearly visible from the perspective of block development officers that the MGNREGA has been successful in mitigating the distress emerged out of COVID-19 pandemic for not only millions of poor families who are living in rural areas, but also who lost their jobs in urban areas and returned to their villages. The need for a scheme like MGNREGA was filled by all BDOs and have opined that it should continue in future as well as with some change. Future as well with some changes which is required for its effective implementation and impact. And lastly, not the least, BDOs are looking forward MGNREGA as a single solution to most of the problems in rural areas. So thank you so much for you giving me this opportunity to make my presentation in this seminar. Thank you.